Hi, NC Kids 5 through 12. We are approaching November, so I wanted to go over your curriculum. I just wanted to also thank you for what you do. Y'all are doing an amazing job and doing everything well, and we're hearing good things from you. So keep doing what you're doing. And for the month of November, everything is staying the same, but I did want to just bring attention to, you have a Live Out Loud video that is in your Pro Presenter. It's the first video. When you push play, it's gonna look like a story, but then it's wrapping up the meaning of why we worship. What does it mean to worship? Who are we worshiping? So it gives that life application to why are we worshiping. So I just wanna make sure that you know that that's there. And then you also have little scripts for your offering for just a helpful tool. And then the theme this month is honor, and we're learning how to love one another deeply, honor those more than yourself, and that is Romans 12:10. So we're going to jump into your activities. You have 3 activities. Our services are running about an hour and 15 minutes long now. And so some suggestions, you could allow them to play 5 minutes longer before you start that 60-second countdown. Or we also have 3 activities every week to kind of have some buffer time. So let me know how that's going. Whatever y'all need, I am here for y'all to help y'all. So just give me some feedback if y'all need something, and we'll start with activities. The first activity for week 1 is paper airplanes. So you have some instructions. You're gonna have a stack of white paper. Just lay that on the table. They're going to make airplanes, and then you can also, there's like a part B of the activity where you can make an X on the wall with masking tape and then allow them to shoot their planes and try to be accurate to hit the X. And then you have your script in there that you can go over and talk about honor. So for your activity 2, it is, you're going to need to do A, B, and C in different areas of your room. And so A one side, B one side, C one side. You're gonna say the scenarios and let them know that you have 2 answers that are honoring and 1 that is dishonoring. So the first one is, a new kid walks into the classroom, you A, B, and C. So you read those out loud, they disperse between the room, and then the 2 that are honoring just go to one person and say, well, why did you pick this? Or explain your thinking behind this, and just kind of get some conversation between those 2. And then you have 10 different scenarios to use with this. And then for activity 3 is your discussion questions. For week number 2, honor others by putting them first. You have a first in friendship, so everybody's gonna get a sticky note and a pencil, and then they're going to write on that sticky note, what is the best character quality in a friendship? And so they're going to, one at a time, once they finish that, come up, say their characteristic in the microphone, and then stick it to the wall, a whiteboard, or butcher paper. And then so after everybody does that and everybody says their answer, you're gonna just analyze it and see what is the main characteristic, what was the one that was most repeated, what is the most common. And then I would just encourage you to define those. So what does it mean to be loyal? What does it mean to be trusting? What does it mean to be kind? And then once you pick those top 3, just talk about them amongst the group. And then your second activity is gonna be others first. So you're gonna lead some kids on the stage or in small groups, and you're gonna play Mother May I. And so you're gonna have your scenarios here. You and your brother both wanna watch TV. How do you honor others by putting them first? Do you blank or blank? And then you can also create other solutions and other scenarios that you can do just based upon your kids. And so that will be fun. Third, I think y'all got it by now, discussion questions. The same lately. Week number 3, your bottom line, honor others by keeping your promises. And so we're focusing on promises here. So you're gonna, the first activity, stand in a circle, and then your kids are going to draw one of these little squares, and they have to say, I promise to stand on my tiptoe. And the next person draws out of the bag, and they have to say, I promise to stand on my tiptoes while holding up 5 fingers. The next person, it's a little bit of a memory game as well. The next person draws, they say, I promise to stand on my tiptoes, hold up 5 fingers, and touch my nose with 1 finger, and etc. You might be able to go very long, or you might just play a few different repetitions of this game. So activity 2 is just gonna be remembrance. So you're gonna have 4-inch yarn that you'll pre-cut. So just have a team member start cutting about 4 inches. You're gonna tie it around their finger, and it's just gonna be a reminder to help them keep their promises, and keep their promises by honoring others. Third activity, discussion questions. And I do want to mention for week 1 and 3, you have this very large group game. So it's life-size chutes and ladders. So you have all of the pieces to create this on your floor. And then you're gonna have a few kids play. They suggest 6, but you could probably do a few more. And this could be pre-service or this could be during your activity as well. It's on week 1 and 3. And then if they get to a ladder, they have a scenario that you read, or if they get to a slide, they have a scenario that you read. So it looks really fun. So you'll have that opportunity to do that. And then the last week, week 4, bottom line is honor God by giving Him credit. And so for your first activity, we circle up and you have somebody in the center, that is it. And then you have one person come up to that person, his eyes are closed, and they're gonna roar. And that person simply goes back and sits back in the circle. And then the center person, who's it, has to try to guess who came up to me and roared by their voice. And so if they get it right, they stay. If they get it wrong, the person who roared goes to the center. And so that will be a fun game. And then you also have some review questions inside that activity. And then for your second activity, you unpack what it means to honor God first. And you have a script in here that'll help you do that. And all month we've been talking about honor. So we'll unpack honor first. And then we're going to make a trophy out of Legos. And so you can put your kids in small groups, or the teacher can make a trophy and see if it's better than the kids. And so the main theme is we do things that people see that we might want credit for, that we might want attention for, but our goal is to honor God with what we do and give God our trophy and to give God our accomplishments. And then third activity, discussion questions. And so that's it, folks. So thank y'all for what you do, your staff pastors, and I appreciate you so much, and we're doing a good thing, so be encouraged.